Sprite Castle. Sprite Castle. Sprite Castle.
Mr. Rob O'Hara.
Sprite Castle.
Well, hello everybody and welcome to Sprite Castle. The Sprite Castle that now has shelves behind me. Would you look at that? No more terrible bare wall back there. IKEA finally came through, and it was a 3-person effort. IKEA came through finally with their part of the bargain, and then my wife decided she wanted to go pick up the shelves by herself. And I said, okay. And so she did. And they're not done because I've got to get the IKEA sells a topper, which is one more shelf to go on top of those. But I'm as I'm unpacking stuff and starting to fill the shelves, I've run out of space, and so I've had to store some stuff up on top of the shelves right now. But eventually there will be another like that, another shelf up there, and then on top of that shelf will be the boxed Commodore hardware, and I have, unfortunately, a large collection of 18-inch Star Wars action figures, which is you can see one over there. I think, what is that? Phasma, Captain Phasma. So here's I'll tell you two things. So the first of all, Drezu, I don't like to plug my own stuff. I don't normally try to plug my own stuff, but I will say this. All my patrons, everybody who supports me on Patreon, and the entry-level Patreon support is $4 a month, and I do 4 podcasts a month. So it's $1 a podcast, plus the streams, plus whatever else I'm doing. But all of my patrons get access to another video show that I do once a week called Rando Rob. And in Rando Rob, what I do is pick a random item from this room, and I talk about it. So if you're interested in what's on those shelves, or what's in those shelves, because there's 4 shelves back there. There's 3 shelves over here you can't see, and there are shelves up here. There are literally thousands of things in this room. I will show you the item from this week's Rando Rob, but I'm not going to talk about it because that is the people that subscribe to the Patreon get to hear those stories. So if you want to know more about this severed head, or all the things on those shelves, or all the things over there, then that's what the Patreon is for. So yeah, the shelves are starting to get populated. Here's the problem. So the shelf on the end over here is essentially blank. I just set some crap up there while I was sorting stuff. But as you can see, the other shelves are starting to populate. But the problem is that so far I have opened 2 tubs of Star Wars toys, and I have 28 to go. So there is not going to be room for everything here. So I don't know what I'm going to do. Now, what I have started doing is I've started a pile over here of stuff that's got to go. I mean, I just had a Queen Amidala shampoo. I just don't feel like I need that in my life. You know what I mean? Like, I can live without Queen Amidala shampoo. Drezu, at my old house, I had a Star Wars room. I had an entire room that had shelves from floor to ceiling all the way around, just for toys and Star Wars stuff. Will I document everything before I toss it? I will. Some of them will probably get their own blog post. So I was holding the bottle of it's actually not shampoo, it's lotion, Queen Amidala lotion, and I was going to toss it, and I thought, let me just look on eBay and see if it, you know what, if it's going for $5, I don't need it in my life. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if it's a $2 thing or $3 thing, I'll donate it. I'll give it away. I'll throw it away. I'll do something, right? But Then I made the mistake. I went to eBay and looked, and the last one that sold was like $15 plus $15 shipping. And I'm like, well, now I can't throw it away if I know it's worth $30, you know? So I think the tub of stuff that I don't love is probably going to, I'll sort through it and see if there's anything worth selling. Lord Soup, you got a good point. And not to belabor the shelf talk tonight, but as I'm pulling these things out, I'm like, you know, what brings me joy? Like, I'm not a Marie Kondo person, my wife is. But you know, I'm like, what makes me happy? And so, like, one of the things I pulled out was this Jar Jar Binks Frisbee. I got it from, I think I got it from KFC or something. And I got this and I'm like, this is not something that makes me happy to see this. I'm not like, oh boy, it's a Jar Jar Binks Frisbee. Like, you know, I probably got it with a meal or something, or somebody gave it to me or whatever. And I just, you know, it's just it's not my Star Wars, you know? And so I'm not going to say everything. I mean, everything back there is not vintage. Like, if you can see that top shelf up there, there's a few exceptions because that's not the final layout right now. But almost all those things up there, and there's 2 layers of them, are all Darth Vaders. Now, all of them are not vintage stuff. There's a Pez dispenser Darth Vader. There's a stuffed Darth Vader. So there's newer stuff up there, and there's older stuff too, right? But Darth Vader is from the original trilogy, and so that makes me think of Star Wars. You know what I mean? And so I think that's kind of what I'm going to have to sort of kind of pare stuff down to. I don't know. Well, I know Steel Rat saw it, and I think Aardvark saw it when he came here. But I had a 4x8 sheet of pegwood, or a pegboard, in my old Star Wars room with pegs on it. And when the new Star Wars, the Power of the Force stuff started coming out in the 90s, I started buying that stuff. And I had action figures on the card, 5 figures deep, covering this 4x8. I mean, when I moved to pack it up, it was hundreds of action figures that had never been opened. What am I going to do with that? I don't know. At some point, you just run out of space. You know what I mean? So I do have a whole movie room that I could put Star Wars stuff into. But Steel Rat, if you would like some Queen Amidala lotion, let me know, and I will send some your way. So, but the fun thing for me is, and I talked about this on Rando Rob, is you get to touch stuff. You open the stuff and you're like, I remember this. I remember who got this for me. Or I remember where this came from, or who bought it, or it was a Christmas or whatever. And that's the fun stuff for me, you know, is going through the toys and setting them up. And there's so much stuff back there that has so much history. I haven't started setting up my vintage action figures yet, but I have Star Wars figures that I got for Christmas in 1978, like the original. Yes, you know what? We're going to save that for a Nasty Pirates night. That may be a giveaway. Is the Queen Amidala lotion? Actually, I just saw a video clip. I don't know if if it exists for the whole movie or if this is just a clip, but it was of the Star Wars prequels that had been translated to Chinese and then had been translated back to English, and then they had used voice actors to redo all the dialogue. Somehow it made it much more enjoyable than the originals were. You know, Steve, you're not wrong. It's not a bad way to live. And I get, you know, you can't keep everything forever. You can't keep it all. Now, if you want to see something, this, I think I may have actually shown this on a Rando Rob at one point. I'm not really sure. When my dad my dad and my uncle both bought VCRs very early on, and my uncle worked at a movie theater. And so they went in after hours one night and set up a tripod and recorded Star Wars in the theater. And then made a copy because he had a VCR and my dad had a VCR. And so I had a copy of Star Wars on VHS really, really early. We got a VCR in 1978, super early. And anyway, this is that tape. I don't know if you can see that. And this was sitting in my dad's garage in a box of old VHS tapes. He brought them. He goes, I know you like all those old tapes. And so he brought this over, and I was like, you bet I do. And very, very sadly, when I put it in, it's been recorded over. And I would have loved to, because I would, you know, there's a million versions of Star Wars, right? I mean, of the original, right? Like there's the original, there's the VHS release, there's the Laserdisc release, there's the special edition, there's the Harmy release. I mean, there's a lot of different releases. No, we never had a beta. We only had VHS. But turn this down here just a little bit. We're looking at monsters, and there's a reason we're going to be. You'll see here very shortly. I don't know why this is off center. Whoop. But this is just a demo of monsters that I found while I was setting up some stuff. Soup. I have spent, I don't want to exaggerate, but I mean, I don't know how much I've spent on Star Wars stuff in my life. It's, I mean, if I were to say 1,000 or thousands, that would be super low. If I were to say 10,000, that's probably high. So somewhere in there in the multiple thousands of dollars over the years. Yeah, I got a lot of stuff, and so that does make it hard to let it go. When I toss out that bottle of, I don't know why I keep mentioning the Queen Amidala lotion, because there's a lot of stuff in that box, you know. But, you know, when it comes back to it, what's the stuff that's important to me? It's that original trilogy stuff. It's the vintage stuff. It's the stuff that reminds me of when Star Wars was my Star Wars, right? This demo is running like crap because my Commodore, I'm configured in NTSC mode, and this is probably a PAL demo, but everything else I'm playing tonight is NTSC, and so that's why I set this up in NTSC. I guess that I thought I recognized that tune for a second, but yeah, that sounds pretty terrible. You know, I wrote this in an email the other day, but my brain doesn't have that good function of when to stop collecting something. So, like power cords for a PC, I had a couple, and I was like, well, I probably need some spares. And then, you know, I had 20, and then I had 100. I'm like, 100 seems like enough. Seems like I wouldn't need more power cables than that. You know what I mean? And so what I did was I got these metal shelves, and I bought a bunch of those. I was looking to see if I had one in reach. I don't. But those plastic shoe boxes, and I was labeled them. So like one says power cables, and then that's how many power cables I can have. I can't have more power cables than what will fit in that shoe box. And so if I get I run across a PC power cable and it won't fit in that box, toss it, right? Yeah, or buy 300 keyboards at an auction, which is something I did once. So my thought process, which had good intentions, was when I put up these shelves, that will be what I have to hold toys, and that's it. And so there's no more space for toys. The problem is I woefully misjudged how many toys I had. Because like I said, I'm 2 tubs into 30 tubs. And things, as you can see, are filling up. I could probably fill that whole... I hate the way that it flips the video, because I always point the wrong way. the shelves that are on the end, I could fill that entire thing of shelves with Fisher-Price Adventure People, and maybe throw in some vintage Star Wars stuff. But this demo is so bad, it's driving me crazy. Good. I'm glad that thing finished. So yeah, I don't know why I thought I could put 28. And when I say tubs, these are like 25-gallon tubs. I don't know why I thought I could put that much on those shelves, but what are you gonna do? These are problems in my life. My dad, every year. By the way, Soup, my wife is out of town this week, and so she always does a shopping run right before she leaves town for the week. And so I went in there and looked in the fridge, and there are frozen pizzas, and there are Hot Pockets, and there are oh, look at that cute little demo. It still sounds terrible. I wonder if I got a wrong sound chip configured or something. And then there is a 12-pack of Coronas, which is not my favorite, not my beer of choice, but I like the sentiment, and what are you going to do? I mean, if it's in there. It didn't quite make the sound. That's a little better. Wanted to do a little toast to the old Corona. So while I will say Corona is not my favorite beer, I will also say it is the beer that is in the fridge and now on my desk. Let's see here. Should I cheat on the Movie Monster game or not? Endurance cheat and action cheat. Why not? We're not playing for a high score here. We're just playing to run through the game. We're playing some monster games tonight. I got this, and I got two others that are very similar. Actually, they're different versions of the same game. This is a game that Steel Rat, if I remember correctly, purchased from my parents' store when my parents ran a computer store. So their business model was that they would sell software, and then Steel Rat would talk his parents into buying the software, and then we would copy it and give it to all our friends. And then my parents' store eventually went out of business. So I'm not sure we were helping with the business model. But what are you going to do? This is the Movie Monster game. This is different from Mail Order Monsters, which is a similar type game. But this one is less strategy. It's more arcadey, action-based. I believe in Mail Order Monsters, you have to pick do a lot of choices about weapons and different things like that. In this one, it's more just about getting in here and seeing some action. So this is obviously the movie theater that you've gone to. By the way, this is copyright 86, according to this right here. So as we scroll through, let's see, we got Godzilla, we got Mr. Meringue. I'm not sure who that's supposed to be. We have Spectra. Again, these all seem to be very close, similar to known monsters. We've got the Glog, which I'm sure is not supposed to be the Blob. Mechatron, which is obviously not a Transformer in any way. And Tarantus, who's a pretty fun, and of course all these have their own different attacks. We're going to go with Godzilla, and then let's see, we've got San Francisco, we've got Tokyo, of course. If you've got Godzilla, you've got to have Tokyo. We've got Paris, which for players in the US is any landscape and then just put the Eiffel Tower in it, and we think that's Paris. London, New York, oh, with the Twin Towers, that's so sad. Moscow, and San Francisco. And then you've got different types of gameplay scenarios. You've got action, lunch, which is just eat as much as you can. We've got search, where you have to find things. Destroy the landmark. Every one of these cities has a specific landmark. Berserk. I don't know what that is. We'll do escape. Why not? Epyx and Electronic Arts were two of the highest quality, and then later Accolade. I would say Activision, Accolade. But man, if you got an Epyx, oh, by the way, this is the Movie Monster game, right? We're getting ready to watch the introduction to a movie telling us about the game that we've chosen to play. Enjoy Gummy Glogs. There's a preview. Summer Games 1 and 2. It's an ad for their own games. That's fun. Super Cycle. That's a fun game. Hey, my friend, we are just getting started. We watched a demo that featured some monsters in it. It wasn't very good. And we're getting ready to play the Movie Monster game. And don't forget to check out the shelves that are behind me that are just now starting to get populated. For millions of years, he slumbered deep beneath the ocean. Untold generations of humans lived and died while he slept, infesting the planet like something. Playing with fire, the people detonated a nuclear device, violently ending his long hibernation. Still groggy from his long sleep, he stumbled forth to check out the commotion and was captured by a group of scientists observing the after effects of the blast. Now fully alert, he is torn free from his bonds and is loose in the middle of San Francisco with one thought on his walnut-sized brain: escape. Now again, that would change depending on what we had chosen. We chose Godzilla, San Francisco, and escape, and so it combined those things. Okay, and so here we are. There's Godzilla right there. That's a fun little gate he's got there. If we do the fire button, nothing seems to happen. There's an army dude over here we're going to go take. Oh, there's a helicopter. Why can't I... Oh, I got to change my action to breathe fire. We'll do that. How about that? I got a surprise for this little army guy down here. Oh, I stepped on him. I wanted to fry him. Somebody's shooting me in the butt. Where's the army guy that's shooting me in the butt? Oh, no! What else we got? Atomize up. Guess that's firing up. Maybe that'll be good for helicopters here. Scream. Alright. I'm not sure why Godzilla Scream sounds like a 1920s Model T horn. I don't like that when you're going right, and then if you press left, he just backs up. You would think he would turn around. Here's breathe fire again. Well, guess what? City Council here. I don't want to atomize. Oh, they're screaming. Oh. Yeah, so if you press the button and hold down, it seems like... oh, maybe if just you hold the button down, you could change. Yeah, there's a ton of different scenarios on this. There's a lot of different stuff to do. Again, you could do the scenario to... take that. Where you have to take down a landmark. If you stay closer to the street, you can have a better chance of... Oh, knock knock, who's there? Godzilla. I don't like these people shooting me. What did I do to them? Come here. What did I do to you? I don't see where a lot of the shots are coming from. Knock, knock. Who's there? Giant lizard. Giant lizard who? My endurance seems to be doing pretty good. Oh, because I have the cheat mode thing on. I forgot. I was like, God, I'm great at this game. But, yeah. So, Drezu says he doesn't know if he ever won a scenario, but it was, he didn't care because it was so much fun to play. And I agree with that. It's like, I think last week or maybe the week before I played Ghostbusters. I don't think I ever beat Ghostbusters all the way through, but I never cared because it was so much fun to play. And by the way, I saw that someone posted on the Amigos Discord a link to an article on Games That Weren't, which is a fun article or a fun website that tracks games that for whatever reason got lost to the annals of time. And basically it talked about how the Ghostbusters, the car building and the car driving scenario and all that were actually supposed to be a part of a Car Wars game. And then, oh, there's a taxi. I hate taxis. And so they were working on a game for Car Wars. And do you wish to leave the city? Sure, why not? Does that mean I win? I think I won. And anyway, essentially all the stuff about buying the cars and arming the cars and doing all that. Oh, Godzilla is free! Turning his back to the San Francisco skyline, he heads home to his domain. So, the final score for Godzilla is 3165. Yeah, so it was supposed to be a Car Wars game, and then the Ghostbusters team came to them and said, can you put out a Ghostbusters game that will release at the same time as the movie, which was 6 weeks away? And they said, yikes, I guess so. And so they took that Car Wars game and turned it into the Ghostbusters game, and then just added the part where you, go to the buildings and stuff like that. But let's see here. Lord Soup was the Randy Orton of Ghostbusters. Hey, what's up, TV Stevie? He says, Ghostbusters is fun to beat. I should try getting to the end. I should try getting to the end. I feel so bad. Like, I never beat games. I'm not good at these games. All right, this is telling us the credits. So one of them was Rubber Suits. And so there we go. Movie is over. The scenario is done. We're going to pick another one here. The Lord Soup, when I did the stream, I mean, there are so many. I don't know why they did this, but there are probably dozens. All right, let's pick another monster. Does anybody have a choice here? We have Godzilla. We have Mr. Meringue. Well, let's do that since we're talking about Ghostbusters. And you want the? All right. We'll do the spider, and then we'll do the gloop. And then we'll move on to the other games here. Let's go find the... I like the spider. Let's see. If we're the spider, where should we go? Moscow. Let's do London. And the escape one was pretty easy. Let's do lunch. Movie screen curtains come up. I just looked into adding motorized curtains to my movie room. And for the simplest system I could find that included the curtains and the motorized system, I could not find a solution that didn't have a comma in the price. And so that was a dream that came and went on the same day. That will not be happening, unfortunately. While this is loading, let's take a look at another VHS tape that came from the what I call the Dad Stash Haven't found anything bad on the dad stash yet, which is good. But this tape has two things written on it that are both in my father's handwriting. And you can see on this one, it says Godfather 1 and then Sam Kinison, which I've already watched this one. It is the Sam Kinison HBO special, the stand-up special. And my dad, if you don't think he's good at labeling stuff, he also has Godfather written on the side of the tape here, so that, of course, when it's standing on the spine, and it goes in this box, which also has Godfather and Sam Kinison written on the side. So, any way you would put this, he would never lose his tape of the Godfather and Sam Kinison. No, I don't think there's anything bad. He has a separate collection of tapes that he would probably not let me see, and those were not in this. Oh no! All right, come on, Tarantula. Look at this. This animation is so good. I love the animation on this thing. So we've got again. Oh, look at that! Look how fast he is too. Hello. So he can scream. But you can see we've got a hunger meter down there, right? So this this version or this mission has hunger. I do feel like I'm walking on the water right there, but, you know, doesn't that feel like a boat? Check this out. Oh, so sorry. What a lovely building you had. Spider is good just because he's so fast, you know? None of these games are fun when you just got to sit around and you're like, let me go over here, and then you got to wait 5 minutes, you know? I hunger for tanks. Tank sandwich. Tanks for the snack! Yeah, his animation is great. Okay. Well, here's the problem. I'm getting a little hungry. But we gotta go find somebody to eat. And also, I gotta show you my new weapon here. It's a fun little sound effect too. I mean, it's simple and repetitive, but it kind of, oh my, that sounds like an automatic rifle coming at me. Oh, and look at that! I did sink down in the water a little bit. See the bottom of my feet in the water? That's cool. Oh, can I? Oh, can I go across here? I can't tell if it's a helicopter or a tank I'm hearing. Alright, I'm getting hungry. I'm having trouble finding people to eat here. Alright, let's try this. Oh. Oh, I missed it. Come on now. Alright, I don't like this guy shooting me in the face. Ruining my good spider looks here. I can't tell if my meter is supposed to be going up. I feel like it should be going to the right if I were doing good, but it seems to be going pretty far to the left. Oh, come on. Oh, I was facing the wrong way. Man, it seems pretty hard to get people. I don't know, every time I run over something, wait. It's going to the left, so maybe that's what I'm supposed to do. Oh! My hunger is done. Am I supposed to leave the city now that I'm full? I don't know. Hello. People are good for a little snack. Oh, there's an ambulance. Oh, there's another one. There's a tank. Look at this. This is like a buffet over here. Come on. Jeez! What you gotta do to... Oh, there we go. Finally. Golly. Oh, I just got hit by a jet. I seem to remember that you can climb the buildings, but I must have that memory wrong because... I don't know if you can see... you wish to leave? Yes. My phone's lighting up because my daughter went to a Girl Scout event tonight, and I don't know if any of you have teenagers, but sometimes they don't figure things out, so I had to text her and be like, this door is unlocked. You can come in the house this way. So I don't want her standing outside while I'm streaming and I've got earbuds in and can't hear her. Look at that. Final score. We left hungry. We're all good. All good. All right. Turn the volume up on this just a little bit. I had the volume turned down pretty low for that demo, so I'll turn it up a little bit. All right. I don't see how we can play this without playing the Marshmallow Man. All right, let's get this turned up a little bit. All right, Marshmallow Man, we've got to do New York City. Oh, there's not a problem with the feed. Destroy landmark. That seems pretty simple. Finding the landmark might be the trick. So here's my concern is that a while back, my daughter went out with some friends, and when they came back, there's a gate to come into the neighborhood, and she didn't have the remote for the gate, which there is a code on the gate, but she couldn't remember the code, and so she texted my wife, who wasn't here, but I was. So she could have texted me, or I live 3 houses from the gate, so they could have just dropped her off. She could have walked around the gate and come to the house. But instead, I think they sat there for 45 minutes trying to figure out what was going on. Hey, Dave. Welcome to the party. We're playing a little bit. We're going to play one more round of the movie Monster game from Epyx. And then we're going to play a different monster game. Actually, we're going to play 2 different versions of a different monster game. He strode out of nowhere, a towering Morris of sticky meringue. Some say he was cooked up in a bakery near Chernobyl. Others claim he was the second prize entry of one of Mrs. Johansson in a bake-a-thon in Moorhead, Minnesota. Whatever the case, they call him Mr. Meringue. And now he's heading into New York, stuck on the idea of destroying the landmark with that irritating radio beacon inside. It is not going to be mail order monsters. But you know what? After we play the next one, maybe we'll throw on mail order monsters. Now we're back to another slow guy here. That's too bad. All right. I guess if I actually I've only been to New York City one time. That's if I paid more attention, I would know where. I don't know what I'm supposed to destroy. Oh, it's the like the RKO tower, right? All right. Oh, so I've got a little proximity bar down there, kind of tell me if I'm getting closer or further. Again, I think everybody's right. I don't like because it seems like it's going the wrong way, right? Spit goo. I'll walk through here. Oh, that's a park. I'm not going to sink into that water. Mail Order Monster is a great game. Yeah, he's not doing... And the problem is with the faster monsters is you can catch things. Like this little army dude down here. I do like his little evil grin. That's kind of cool. Like he doesn't look like he's just a happy-go-lucky marshmallow man. Yeah, see, like that car over there, I'm never gonna catch. Oh boy. I mean, there's nothing about this game that's not could be taken out of context. Let's see if the... Good lord. I should have picked somebody... Oh. I mean, look how slow he spits goo. Oh, I like how the car's honking because the guy's in front of him. See that? I'm about to solve both of their problems. 2 problems solved with 1 stomp. Is this the Twin Towers? Trigger warning for anybody here. Okay, I'm going to change mine to atomize up. I'm going to wait for this helicopter. Oh, I did! Look at that! Oh, I just disintegrated that helicopter. Oh, well. Sorry, Towers. You lived on in this game. But now... I don't know what the screaming does. I mean, it seemed to make that guy run away faster. I do like the little AI traffic, how that's just honking over there. I mean, if I were a faster monster, I would run over there and kill those guys, but, not at this pace. I, went to New York City for work 10 years ago? I guess it's been about 10 years ago. And the guy that I was working with, I mean the guy, my contact there in New York City, took me for a little tour, and we were driving around New York City, and he was pointing out different landmarks and fun things to see. And okay, the proximity thing is getting closer than when I'm walking over here. Oh, I'm floating downstream. Oh boy. Can I keep going that way? What happened? Oh, I might have drowned. Uh-oh. It's loading. It's doing, oh boy. And the people laughed and taunted Mr. Meringue as he fled the city, and the whine of the radio transmitter droned on. I guess I didn't win. I left too early. And on. Has anybody else seen this? I don't know why I'm thinking. Well, I do know why I'm thinking about this, because I guess if you press the button, we can scoot that along. Because I'm thinking about marshmallows that Reese's has released, but I think this is a limited edition online thing. I don't know that you could just go in the store and buy it. But Reese's is releasing a peanut butter cup pie for Halloween, which is a 9-inch Reese's peanut butter cup. That's basically all it is. And there's a time in my life when I was a kid that I was like, I could probably just sit down and eat that, but I don't think I could do that anymore. I don't know that I could do that. Destroy landmark. Well, I can't find the landmarks. That's the problem. Search. You know what? Let's go back to the lunch, or let's just do. We'll do lunch, and we'll go around. We'll eat some stuff as the blob, quote unquote blob. Yeah, I just, when I was a kid, man, I had a sweet tooth. I still have a sweet tooth. It's no secret, right? And, it's a scene out of hell. An orange smoggy landscape as stinging winds stir pools of cancerous slime and molten radioactive waste. The light fades to deep brown red as thick sulfurous clouds gather overhead. A crack of green lightning briefly illuminates the scene. And now the rain falls, first a drizzle, now a torrent, sizzling as it hits the ground, steaming as the acid boils with the chemical waste and glowing up, not fast enough. Something unholy is forming from the grunge, and the swelling mound rises up from the industrial swamp and oozes toward the nearest city. That's me. The people will pay for their relentless disregard for their environment, for this production of their own pollution has come to the city to feed on them. That's great. I like that part. Come to feed on them. When I was a kid, I would eat my all the stuff, my whole bounty for Halloween in like 1 day or 2 days. I would just sit there and make myself sick. Just eat, All right, oh god, he's even slower. He's got a fun animation, but he's another slow one. I think if you play this, you gotta be the spider. This looks like that thing from, what are those, it's not Drano, is it? What is the Clorox with the little scrubbing bubbles action? It looks like a little scrubbing bubble guy. He does kind of look like a booger. Hunger. He's not super slow. Did I see a guy here? Yep, there he was. The people aren't very much food. When you start eating the cars, that's where you get the real meal deal. Yeah, my parents always did the thing where they were going to check my Halloween treats, and it seemed like after they checked it, I had a lot fewer chocolate candy bars than before they checked. That's for sure. But yeah, I don't know that I could just sit down and eat a 9-inch Reese's Pieces peanut butter cup anymore. I'd like to try. If anybody wants to send me one, I don't know where you could get it. I think you got to buy it online. Alright, so I can scream. I can atomize, just like the other ones. Well, that's it. I don't have a third weapon. I guess goo doesn't need a third weapon. So every character does have a unique sound. Uh-oh. Call 911. Guess what, buddy? 911's a joke in your town. Oh, he ran away. Oh, man. I can't catch him. That's the problem with this dude. I can't catch anybody. Honk, honk. I guess what I gotta do... Oh, that's stupid. I gotta get down here in oncoming traffic. I guess they do kind of follow... No. I gotta finish eating. My wife is a big fan of dark chocolate. And a coworker of mine likes dark chocolate. And I started a spreadsheet one time, and I wrote down what everybody's favorite snack was, so that I put it in Google Docs. So if I happen to be at the store and I was like, oh, I better buy something for like we had a work meeting and so would be there, and then I was like, oh, I just look at my little spreadsheet, which now that I say it out loud sounds a little weird. But here's a great story for everybody. I went to lunch today with a friend of mine, and my friend was running late, and a coworker of mine. So we meet up at this local burger place. No, don't leave the city. I guess that's the edge of the city. Don't go left. This is going to take forever. This guy's not... Alright. So, anyway, we sit at the bar because the service is so much faster. You don't have to go through the line. You don't have to do anything. You just go sit at the bar. They take your order right there, and it works out. No, this is an identical shirt to the one that St. Tab wears. And so, anyway, we have the same bartender every week. And, like when we come in, she knows what we order, and it's the first time where I felt like I'm like Norm on Cheers. Like I don't have to go in, like they know who we are, they know what we eat, they know what we drink, and so I really enjoy that. And my bartender wasn't there, and so anyway, I waited like 5 minutes at the bar, and there was nobody working. And so finally, oh, look at that landmark. So finally, the bartender shows up, and my friend hadn't shown up yet. Oh, atomize. I like the idea that the helicopter pilot's like, all right, we're flying. Whoa, whoa, whoa. And then he just disappears into nothingness. Look at this. Oh, sorry, Moscow. There goes Red Square. So anyway, the bartender does show up, and my friend isn't there yet. And I go, where have you been? What's the big idea? Making me wait here for 5 minutes without a drink. And then she proceeds to tell me that she just broke up with her fiance of 9 years, and all her stuff that she owns, everything she owns is in her car, and she slept in her car last night, and had to go out there to get her uniform to change it to. And I'm like, well, now I feel like a doof, you know? And so, anyway, I was like, well, things will get better. Like, I'm not a good pat you on the back kind of guy. If I don't know you, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not good at that anymore. And, so anyway, oh, look at that tank. That's got to be some calories, right? Yum, 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 yum. All right, yum, yum, yum. Let's get this hunger thing down. And, anyway, then my friend comes in and goes, oh my gosh, I've had the worst day at work. And I'm doing this. I'm like, don't do that, you know? And then my friend's like, yeah, I just had the worst day. And then the bartender comes up and goes, you too? And then my friend says, yeah, I had like 3 meetings in a row. And she goes, well, my fiance of 9 years left me. And I'm like, and then she starts crying again. I'm like, oh man, I'm just not cut from this cloth, you know? And so then the bartender leaves, and my friend says, hey, when the bartender comes back, tell her something funny. And I go, okay. And so she comes back, and I'm trying to think of something funny, and I go, you know, the good thing about being a bartender is that you can hide a drink under the bar, and then when nobody's, when you're not busy, you could just do that fake thing where you're like going downstairs, and you could just have a drink and then act like you're coming up out of the basement. And she says, well, we don't have a basement. I'm like, I'm not making things better. I am not helping the situation. But we left a really good tip. So hopefully things work out for her. She's a good bartender and a nice person. All right, we're moving on to the next game that we are playing tonight. There are two versions of this game released for the Commodore 64. The first one, I believe, like many games, was released in the UK and then eventually ported over to the US, and then a separate US release was done. So this was one of the games I was thinking about when Aaron from the Amigos on ARG Presents, I think they did an episode where they reviewed games that had two different versions on the same system. And this was definitely, the Commodore 64 is just classic for that. There are so many. Gas money for her apartment. That's funny. No, she said after work she was looking for a stiff drink, and so we gave her enough for about 10 stiff drinks. So trainer. Sure, just for fun. Well, this jumps right in. You don't need no let's see what looks like that's about right. I'm assuming some of you can guess what the game is based off of this screen here. Light bulbs, television, safe, monies, casserole, glass of milk, bottle of milk, light bulb on, cactus, and bottle of poison. So this is the UK release of Rampage for the Commodore 64. I wonder if it just defaulted to somebody. I'm actually not playing. All right. Let's see. I will be Lizzie. Why not? So this game, just real quick, I will say, suffers from it's going to hit the... Well, don't punch me right off the bat, dude. I'm talking to people. Number one, you only have, 8 sprites to deal with. So there are ways to get more things to move. And so there are ways around that. But more important, or more detrimental, I would say, is that there are only... you're dealing with one button. And the arcade version, I believe, had 3 buttons. Yeah, you had punch, you had kick, and you had jump. So it suffers from a couple different issues here. You got to be right on the money to go up and down buildings, and it's very picky about what pixels you're on. But more so than that is just, you could jump, I believe, diagonally. Let's see if I can hit that helicopter. No, the helicopter just stopped there to shoot me in the face. That's nice. But your index finger will get a workout, or whatever, depending on what type of joystick you have. Of course, I'm playing with the Epyx XJ500, and you will be clicking the button. So when you say that it plays faster than you remember, there's multiple reasons for that, because a lot of people. So I'm set up right now with NTSC with an NTSC crack, but a lot of people played the PAL release on an NTSC machine, and of course, an NTS machine or NTSC is going to be going 50 frames a second, and PAL is 60. So you would have seen slowdown doing that. There's also the US release, which I think plays at a different speed. So, there's a lot of different variables. And okay, we finally got one building now. Thank you, King Kong. George. My name's Ralph. It's a Cheech and Chong joke for you. Yeah, I'll do Cheech and Chong humor. I'm not shy. Yeah, because oh, I was trying to punch that. I really want to punch a helicopter in real life. No, in this game. Dave. Well, normally I would say Dave's not here, but Dave is here. Wide World of Retro. Dave's right there. Oh, come on, guys. In the arcade, I feel like you could beat a level in about 90 seconds, and so that's another difference between the arcade version and this version, is that it's taking a long time. Notice the flicker when you get up, the higher you go. I'm assuming they're doing some sort of multiplexing, may not be the right word, but that they're doing something for all the sprites, and they're using that area for something else, so it doesn't look quite as... Oh, no! Don't jump off the building. Psh, psh, psh. Hey, I got... Oh, no. Oh, man. Helicopters are... Let me see. If I do diagonal, can I jump? Oh. Spacebar jump? No. Oh, there we go. It is... Oops. It's not that. Is it... I mean, not quite diagonal? I don't know what it is. I mean, these buildings take a ticking on this version, too. So what we're going to do, you know what we're going to do? I'm making a command decision. We're going to play both versions of Rampage, and then we'll play some mail order monsters. I'll have to grab the disc real quick, but that won't be a problem. I have it, I just don't have it in the... Oh no! So, you know, here's the thing. When you are when you're a guy that loves a specific computer, I think people expect you to defend it, you know, always, and say that everything's great and all this stuff. I mean, this game's not great. Now there is a... Wow! George just challenged me to a duel. Come on, dude. You want some? I'll punch you in the butt. There's another version of this. There you go. Come from me, buddy. You want some too? That supports 3 players. And you have to have a special joystick, or you have to be willing to... one of the players has to use the keyboard. But there we go. Finally, I took it down. You want some of that? Don't start with me, buildings. If I could just get on this building. There we go. Punchy, punchy. There we go. Oh, no. Get off the building. No, not go up the building. All right. Golly. I had a Rampage World Tour arcade game. I had the arcade machine. And played it a lot. And Jeff and I played Rampage on, I think on the original PlayStation, I think. Or maybe... Was it on Super Nintendo? I think it was PlayStation is what we played it on. Alright. So, this is that version of Rampage. And then what we're going to go do here is we're going to get the other version of Rampage. This is the US release, which came out later. Rampage, Hard Driving, and Gauntlet were dream arcades you wished you owned. Well, I own 2 of the 3. I had a Rampage machine, I had a Gauntlet machine, and I believe Aaron has Hard Driving. Rampage, cracked by Eaglesoft Incorporated on November 29th, 1988. Another wear for a dead CPU. Well, come on, ESI. If you're going to crack stuff, don't knock the Commodore. The Arcadia Retrocade has Stun Runner. They have Double Dragon. I had Street Fighter versus Marvel. Is that a game? I think that's the one I had. I had one of those machines. I never had Double Dragon as a machine, even though it's one of my favorite arcade games of all time. I'm going to use Warp. Now, at least we get a title screen on this one. And the graphics, this is the US version. The graphics are nowhere near as good on this one. But it plays faster. Drazoo, I don't know. It's been a while. It's probably been 6 months, but I beat Double Dragon on one of my streams. So that stream is up somewhere. I think that it's an old enough stream that it's probably on. Well, no, it should be on the Amigos Retro Gaming. So if you go to youtube.com, Amigos Retro Gaming, and look under Sprite Castle Plays, you should be able to find the Double Dragon. I used to be able to do it on a single quarter, but I can't do that anymore. Okay, let's see what Madame Ruby sees. We got George, we got Lizzie, and we got Ralph. This time we're going to go with George. Notice it says port 2. If there was another person here, they could use another joystick and go to port. Use the joystick in port 1, and we could play 2 players. So this is a tough one to defend. It plays better. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. Look how much faster. It's just so much. The other one is just so sluggish. I mean, this. Look at that. I'm hitting the guy. Oops. I was sitting on the building and talking and not paying attention. But it plays. I mean, this plays so much better. It just doesn't look as good. So, at the end of the day, what's more important to you? Do you want one that plays better, or do you want one that looks better? Oh, there's the electricity. Electricity. All right, that dude. Get off, jump. Beep, 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 beep. Do that. Yeah, the hardest part about Double Dragon is the at the end of the last level where you've got, or the last level, I mean, it's all part of the fortress, where you've got the spears that are jabbing you and stuff like that, and there's no rhyme or reason to the timing. I mean, that's hit or miss. Either you luck out and make it, or you don't. But if you could hit that stuff right, God, this version plays so much better. I mean, it's fast. It's just that the sprite looks dopey. And also, you don't have the other monsters help you. I don't know if there's a way to get them to help you, or to join those in or not. Yeah, of course. And back in the day, I mean, the graphics were more important to me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure I probably played the other version more. Ah, man. Oh, boy. Alright, let's get off that building. Woo! Psh, 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 psh. Dateline Chicago. I remember just playing this, going through every city and just thinking it was so cool. But, at the end of the day, unfortunately, this is I won't say unfortunately, but it is another quarter muncher, just like Gauntlet. You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, it's going to get your money. Get off the building. I don't have too much health left, although I keep eating those little dudes. Good snack. It seems like I played this on the Apple II, although I'm trying to think, the timing barely works out on that, so I'm not sure if that's true or not, but, because we got rid of our Apple II, basically when my parents' store closed, which would have been in '86, so, I guess it's possible that I played it, but it couldn't have been for long. Oh, look at all these dudes. I'm going to eat all these dudes. Get off. Guess I got to get this yellow one here first. Eat that dude. Get those helicopters. I'm on fire. I'm on fire. Help, I'm on fire. It's a very Monty Python joke. Look at that. I'm amazing. I'm unstoppable. I'm about to die. Oh, there you go. No, there is no end to this game. There you go. Game over. Oh, I'm gonna try it. You get the idea. You know what? I'm gonna try one more. I'm gonna try it with. We haven't played Ralph tonight. What's your friend's name, sir? What? He says his name is Ralph. You know, I will say, this is a fun story, that I vaguely knew who Cheech and Chong was in grade school. I had gone to a sleepover, and a friend of mine we were watching HBO or so, and we were young, like, I don't know, 4th or 5th grade, something like that. And we watched a couple of Cheech and Chong movies that were on HBO. So that was my first exposure to HBO, but then first exposure to Cheech and Chong. But my real exposure to Cheech and Chong was through Steel Rat, who had Cheech and Chong's tape, Get Out of My Room and Leave Me Alone, which I believe came out right around that time. I think it is the album that has Born in East LA. I was born in East LA. I don't belong here in downtown TJ. And I don't know how many times we listened to that cassette, but I mean, it had to be in the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. And I had a copy of it, and I listened to it nonstop. And it was like, we could do every, you know when you're a kid and you listen to a comedy album so many times that you could just do every word of every bit, like you just know everything, and it stays with you. When you want to come to the U.S. but you don't want to come legally, find me, Juan Lykel, your Southern California Toyota dealer. We have many ways to assist you. Have your choice of beans or frijoles. Learn how to say common phrases like, yes, Mrs., no, Mrs., and I was born in Chicago. When you listen to that tape, there's a whole bit about where they go to this sushi restaurant, and they have all these different. So it's one guy, and he's taking a client to like a client that's never had sushi before, and so he's taking him. One thing that's different, I just want to point this out, than the arcade version on this is that you can. I don't think in the arcade version you can fall a building by just destroying one side. I think you have to go to both sides, and in this one you can do it by one side. Anyway, he takes this guy and he orders all these really exquisite, like, weird things, and the last thing he orders is half-live baby seal. And in the background you hear this thing going, "Arr, arr, arr." And he says, "Oh man, it's great, it's they just cooked the back half." He goes, "Here, just grab this flipper," and then you hear Velcro. So we listen to that a lot. Sometimes it's chewy, sometimes it's crunchy, but it's always fresh. Yoshi goes down to the, Yoshi goes down every day. He goes down to the surf to get the afternoon special. Sometimes it's chewy, sometimes it's crunchy, but it's always fresh. Hey, Amiga Live is raiding. What's up? We are just playing some monster games. We just played some Rampage. You know what? Let's play one more round of Rampage. We played some mail order. Or no, we played the movie monster game. And after this, we're going to play mail order monsters. I haven't done Lizzie on this one. Oh, Commodore. There's a Commodore Brotherhood. You know, whether it's you're an Amiga fan. Of course, I'm an Amiga fan. You know what? I just because I haven't got all my shelves set up, you can't see all my stuff. But I've got normally on the shelves behind me. You can see my Amiga 1200. You can see my Amiga 500. You can see my Amiga CD32. I have the come on, that guy NTSC. Amiga CD32. But my heart belongs to the Commodore 64. I grew up with the Commodore 64. Played it, got mine in 1985. Part of the reason I got one is because Steel Rat, who's in the chat here tonight, had one, and I was like, well, he's got one in his room. Why can't I have a computer? And at that time, we had two computers. We had a either the XT or the PC Junior, I don't remember, and then we had an Apple II. And but I wanted a Commodore for my own. I wanted a Commodore because Steel Rat's Commodore was in his bedroom. All of our computers were, in the living room, and I wanted my own computer. And so that's what I got. I got the Commodore 64, and the one that I got is sitting right over here, over my shoulder, hooked up around the corner over there. And I've acquired a lot of Commodore stuff over the years. I've got the oh no, get off the building, get off. Of course, Commodore 64, Commodore 128, Commodore 16, Commodore Plus 4. I don't have a VIC-20. I had a VIC-20, but I never used it. And then, of course, I've got all the C64 minis and C64 maxis, and I've never owned a PET. I would like to own a Commodore PET. And I don't know what I would do with it. And then, of course, I've got the Mister sitting over here. So if there's something I don't have, then that's an easy way to do that. Commodore was the best, and Commodore is the best. And then I wrote a book about Commodore stuff called Commodore, which you can look up and is available. Boop, 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 boop. All right, we're going to wrap this up. It's Rampage. Again, this is the U.S. version by Activision. We played the imported version a little bit ago before this. That version looks better. This version plays better, so depends on what you're looking for in a game. This one's just so much faster and more controllable. Responsive, I guess is the word. Not responsible. What were you guys playing over on Amiga Live tonight? Anything fun? When I think of, it's not, obviously there's tons and tons and tons of Amiga games, but all the Pinball Dreams, Pinball Fantasies, that whole Pinball Illusion, I think. Man, I just love those games, and I had them on the PC, but a friend of mine had an Amiga, and I saw those on the Amiga, and I was like, God, they're just so good. They're just so good, and I will never get tired of that low digital sample rate on the Amiga, and that stereo sound. It's just such a unique sound, but it's so good. I love it. Oh, and look at my health is almost over, and now it's gone. Wah, wah, wah. NES ROMs, yeah. I've talked about NES a little bit. I had an NES. I really only had an NES because I got a really good deal on one when I was a kid. And I mostly used it to play games on while I was downloading games on the Commodore 64. And so there was the part of me that was like, man, some of these Nintendo games look and feel better than Commodore games. It was hard to argue that Super Mario 3 looked pretty good, and Excite Bike, and I know there were just a few games like that I really liked on the NES. But Commodore games were free. And I had hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. I had over 600 floppies of Commodore 64 games. So that was the trade-off. I would go, well, Excitebike, I like, but I also like free games. And every night I would get, 5 or 6 more free games. So that was the thing that was hard to do to justify getting the the NES. All right, I'm going to switch this over to PAL mode, which means if you got to move that back. So we've reset the system, and now this should watch this magic. Fit that like a glove. All right, so let's go take a look and see if we can find. I know I have mail order monsters. I use Assembly 64. If you don't use that, Assembly 64 is a free app. I actually have paid for it. I did register it because I use it so much. Let's see. That would be under games. Let's do it this way. Games, C64, Assembly. And Assembly 64 you could set up to do things like download every game from the Commodore Scene database or from GameBase 64 or every demo. And there's also groups where if you don't have that kind of drive space, you could say download the top 200 demos or the top 200 games and things like that. And it will do that. And you can let it run. And then what I do is I've got all these little Windows robocopy scripts to sync up a couple of USB sticks. So I've got a Ultimate 64 and a C64 Maxi. And so if I want to play games on those, I've got those sticks that I just keep synced up. All right, MAI mail order monsters. There's the ESI release, and like we just said, you can't go wrong with ESI. So let's take a look at this. Did I end up selling all my NES lots on eBay? I did not. Oh look, there was a phone number for ESI. We should have called them. ESI was here. I sold, I put up all my old NES cartridges on eBay, and there was about 250 cartridges, and I sold a little over 100, so I've got more than 100 left. But what I discovered was the harder to find ones and the more expensive ones are the ones that sold. That's what sold. So what I've got left is all the common stuff. If you want a copy of 10-Yard Fight, I've got 5 copies of it. Adventures of Bayou Billy, I've got multiple copies of that. So that's the problem. The other problem is, for me, and I know times have changed because I'm old school, right? But for me, when I think of a common NES game, I want to spend $5. Well, I can't, and I include my shipping and my prices on eBay, and you can't sell a game for $5, especially now that they've raised the price of shipping. So just to sell an NES game, it cost me $5.75. So that's with PayPal fees, eBay fees, shipping, whatever. It's that they take $5.75. So I listed a bunch of those common games for $10. Well, $10's really too much. I wouldn't pay $10 for The Adventures of Bayou Billy. I'd pay $5 for it, but I can't sell it for $5 because I'd be losing 75 cents. So that's kind of where I'm stuck. And Super Tech Boy, I think you're probably right. I will probably put them as a lot, start putting them as 10s or, whatever. Or, I mean, really at this point, like, what I would love is some Like, I have this friend, a coworker, and his son, he was real apologetic. And this guy, and he was like, my son wants to ask you a question, you know? And I'm like, okay. And I said, okay, what? And he says, I want to hook up a VCR in my bedroom to a CRT TV. Do you know what this is? And I was like, yes, I know what this is, you know? And his dad is like, I'm sorry he's asking me questions. And I was like, this is great. I love this. I'm glad a kid, a 16-year-old, is interested in getting a VCR and doing this stuff, you know? So anyway, if a kid like that, and the problem is if you go, I'm just giving them away, and then you have 100 people raise their hand and they go, well, I'll take those because everybody likes them. And a lot of people, unfortunately, what I've learned in my life is that the first people to raise their hands like that are also the first people to sell them. So, I mean, if I were just going to sell them, I would do it myself. Like, I'm not giving you 100 games to just flip. Like, that's dumb. But, yeah, at some point I will be like, I mean, I hope I'll run across some 16-year-old kid or 18-year-old kid that's like, oh man, I really want to get into Nintendo. And I'll be like, here's a collection. Here you go. Go play these games and tell me that you like that. Tell me that you played them someday. That's all I would ask, you know. I could put it on Marketplace or something like that. I don't know, dealing with people. Oh. All right, let's get into this mail order monsters. This is a little bit different game than the movie monster game, which is a little bit more arcadey. Here we've got players, 1 or 2 players. We've got skill level, and then we've got F7 to start. So we're going to hit F7 to start. This is a pretty early title. I know it's at 84, 85. There's a lot of this game that's written in BASIC. So it's definitely an earlier release.
Doing? Jack Flax says to always keep your gun loaded.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for hosting the stream, Tech. It's like when Tech says, it's like when Polaroid was making a comeback a few years ago, and the cameras were still super expensive. New, not used. My kid wanted one, and I was like, no, Polaroids were crap when I was a kid. And fun for about 4 minutes. You know, I've gone to a few weddings and graduation type things where they've put out Polaroid, and I guess they have the new Polaroid cameras. They put it out, and people take pictures and then share the photos or whatever. And it's, I guess it's a trendy thing to do, which is funny that kids that grew up with cell phones now see Polaroid as a trendy thing to do. Dave is right that this game is best with 2 players. A lot of these games are better with 2 players because the AI is such a variable. Is it too good? Is it not good enough? And with another person, they're always more fun. This says move the joystick to highlight your choice and press the button to select. Now I suppose it's probably looking for port 1, and I'm right. You got a worm. You got a lion bear, which I'm pretty sure is from Napoleon Dynamite. You've got a arachnid, just like the other game. The carnifern, which is a carnivorous plant. Hominid, not a good choice. The Bronto, Tyro. You know what? I feel like the crab. I feel like, although the flying ones are usually faster in these games. Let's see here. Type in a morph name and press return. Will be the Krabby Patty. In transit to the ruined battle world, coming up the competition of the millennium, not to oversell it. Krabby Patty versus Tyrannus. Well, that doesn't sound fair. I'm literally a crab. And I got pincher skills. I got scuttle skills. I got armor plating skills. So I feel like I also feel like a crab would not be as big as a T-Rex's toenail. So I think that's going to be tough. Pinback in the house, his house. What's up, Pinback? Coming in with the raid towards the end. We played some Rampage. We played some movie monster game. Now we're playing mail order monsters. And finishing up the thoughtful gift from my wife, the Corona Extra, which would not be my drink of choice to put in the fridge. But when your wife goes on a trip and leaves beer in the fridge, you drink it because you're a good husband. And that's what I'm doing. So here's to you. And so here we are in this way zoomed out map. I do not see where I am. Oh, I'm this little square on the very far left. Can you see me? Way over here on the left-hand side. And there's all different terrain. So you want to pick a terrain that's advantageous to you. Although I'm a crab and it's a Tyrannosaurus Rex, so I don't know that there's going to be terrain that's advantageous to me. But he's really stuck in that mountain there. So why don't you come over here and let me get all crabby up in you. Oh, no! Oh, look how fast he was. That's not fair. Peaches of power! Peaches of power! Oh, man. Get off me, dude. Oh, he ran really fast through that. I'm trying to get him stuck in this mountain again. Nope. There he goes. Come through that mountain, buddy. I got some pinches of power waiting for you. Nope, nope, nope. Come right here. Right here. Pinches of power! Oh, god damn it. Sorry. I feel like, although on the map I'm the same size, so maybe, oh boy. Oh boy. Crab Rangoon for dinner, looks like. Tyrannus wins an open battle. Press button to continue. Come on, bro. Do you wish to repeat this battle? Alright, we're gonna, yes. Because I feel like, I'm working on my pinch foo. Checking game disc. This is not the game disc. Please insert the game disc. Uh-oh. Well, I didn't change discs. That's going to be a problem. Oh, no. Alright, hang on now. Let's warp through this real quick. Well, there's no disc flipping. This is a one-sided release. Alright. Let's go. Alright, we're gonna F7 start. Yeah, I'm sure there's a two-sided version release out there. I had one. He is weak. I mean, this is how these games work, right? Like when you play... so, Dave, the original is two sides, but this version is one side. They've compressed it all onto one side of the disc. But what it looks like is they didn't check all the code right. The problem with these games is like when you get beat by the Tyrannosaurus Rex, then you're like, oh, I need to be the Tyrannosaurus Rex. And then I believe I have the original to this too. I'd have to go over there and check. But I either have the original for this or for Movie Monster Game. Type in a morph name. I'm going to be Liger Louie. There we go. Liger Louie versus Brian. I mean, I feel like I could beat a Brian, but we'll see. We'll see. All right, loady. Battle's about to begin. Let's see, Brian. Alright, where am I? I'm over here. Down here at the bottom. Where is he? Good Lord. Where do I want to fight him at? I mean, I don't really feel like it matters that much. I mean, where would a lighter have the advantage? I don't know. I really don't see where he is at. Where is he? Not there. I can hear him. He's in the open. Oh, wait. There we go. Found him. Alright. Oh, I'm a giant teddy bear. Oh, well. And I'm fighting an amoeba. Oh, I just shot. Oh, boy. Hiya! Oh, I didn't mean to leave. I really wanted to fight him over in the city. Oh, let's fight him in the volcano. Yeah, I probably should. Although I feel like my beast foo should be able to take on an amiga. Or an amiga! It's an amoeba. Let's duke it out, buddy. You don't want my beast foo. I like how I attack from the wrong direction. Okay, this technique's not actually... Well, it's kind of working, but if I trade shots with him, he's going to win. I don't know that he looks sketchy. He looks kind of boogery. Oh my! Where's Can I change that button? No. Alright. I am winning. I mean, there's a possible... Oh, jeez. Now I learned how to shoot. Come on, buddy. Well, don't... I got stuck on a menu while I was trying to kick ass. Gotta kick ass. I gotta be kick ass. Oh, trying to dodge. Dodge. Duck. Dodge. Parry. Spin. I forgot how it goes. I am victorious as Luga Louie. I won an open battle. I am the winner. Look at that. He's got a little tombstone on his side. Oh my gosh. With a win like that, I feel like it's a good time to mention the sponsor of the show. So I should bring up the sponsor real quick.
Ladies and gentlemen, it behooves me, Special Divine Harry Rose, acting in the capacity of a master of ceremonies.
Every night I bring her Frankfurter sandwiches, Frankfurter sandwiches.
How my baby loves those
Frankfurter sandwiches, Frankfurter sandwiches.
I tried to win her with flowers.
Flowers!
All kinds of sweetness, till I found out my baby's weakness. Every night she whispers,
Thanks for the sandwiches, thanks for the sandwiches.
But I fear there's
Something wrong!
Instead of her billing and cooing, all start to is chewing.
Frankfurter sandwiches, Frankfurter sandwiches. All night long, say.
Every night I bring her
Frankfurter sandwiches, Frankfurter sandwiches.
how my baby loves
Frankfurter sandwiches, Frankfurter sandwiches.
I tried to win her with candy.
Candy!
Ice cream candy. But how she
Yes, Texas Foosballers got it.
Every night she whispered,
Frankfurter sandwiches, Frankfurter sandwiches.
but I fear there's
Something wrong!
Even when it was young Kipper, quietly I had to slip her.
Frankfurter sandwiches, Frankfurter sandwiches. By the way, I do believe that I just got busted. I just saw the camera end of an iPhone sticking around the hallway corner. So I believe I'm about to be Instagram famous by my daughter. Aaron is putting together a secret Santa. Get a hold of him. All right. Hopefully we could get some Frankfurter sandwiches sent out to everybody. That would be a good Christmas gift for everyone. All right. Let's play one more round of this. Yes, I believe I've been busted. No, I do not want to repeat this battle. All right. Same thing. Yeah, see, if you look at this release, it's, well, it'd be hard to tell. But it's literally just one disc on this one. I wonder if there's another one. We will find it sometime. So, guys, I think this will take us out. So we played the movie Monster Game. We played the UK version of Rampage. We played the Activision USA version of Rampage, and of course we played the mail order monsters, and we had a little snack. We had some Frankfurter sandwiches. So thank you everybody for jumping in. If somebody knows of someone who's streaming right now, we can continue the raid. And I tell you what I will do is I will pull up my Twitch and see if any of my people are streaming. Let's take a look. I don't have any of my main people online, but Amiga live rated me for a change. Normally I sit that. What is the Coco Talk? Is it just Coco Talk, or is it I don't know what their channel name is. I have them on here, but I'm scrolling through. I don't see it.